Now that we've repaired and made our photo much nicer, we can go a step farther and add color to it if we wish. And that's pretty easy to do in Photoshop. One of the first things you could do is add a hue saturation adjustment layer, and that's this first button on the second row in your adjustments palette. Just click on that, and then if you'll click on the colorize button, you can adjust the hue and the saturation level. I think I'll go with kind of a sepia tone print right there. But we can go even further than that. Let's do a brand new layer. So we'll go down to the new layer in the layers palette and click on that. And instead of having it be a normal layer, so if I grab my paintbrush and paint, it just kind of covers it up. Instead of having it be a normal layer, we're going to come into this drop down menu right here where it says normal in the palette and go down to color instead. And now you'll notice that when I paint, it just adds color. So we'll go in a little bit closer here. I'm going to hold my control and space bar down and zoom in much closer and hold my space bar down and drag so I can see her face clearly. And I'm going to turn my opacity down to about 40% and the flow down to about 50% so the color's not coming out too strongly. And then using my brackets key, I can come in and paint the skin of her face. Okay. And then I could grab like a rosy pink, but I don't have too many choices of colors over here in my swatches. So I'm going to click on this little drop down, and it's not showing up in your movie, but I have a whole bunch of different swatches sets that I can do, and I'm going to choose the Pantone Solid Uncoated. And then it will ask, do I want to append these to the swatches or just go ahead and replace them? I'm going to replace them. And now I have quite a range of colors that I can choose from. So I'm going to pick kind of a rosy cheek color and just paint. Now that came out too strong, so I'm going to turn the flow down a lot further and just click a couple of times. And then if I wanted to give her some blue eyes, I can turn the flow back up again and just click in there, and you can kind of see a little bit of blue in her eyes. And I forgot her hands, so I'm going to get a skin color again, and whoops, too strong. Hit undo, take the opacity down to about 40% where I had it before. And just paint over that area. Now, if you paint over again and again, it's like layering extra layers of paint on, so you want to be careful not to go over an area too many times or the paint will become stronger each time. And so there I've colored her face. I could give like if her dress were a light blue shade, So it's very similar to painting with Q-tips and oil paints, which is the way we used to do it back in the olden days. But here's the digital equivalent. So rather than spend more time and do the entire thing, I think I'll stop the video here. Now that you have the idea, it's quite easy to do and a lot of fun actually. So enjoy.